I think it was last week, coats and jackets and hats.
Not quite as cold.
Much warmer this week. Kingsville getting the warmer livestock show experience than our friends earlier in January when we were down in the 30s at times. Now we are going to see colder temperatures tomorrow morning. So I want you to remember this. Right now in Corpus Christi and in Kingsville, but in Corpus Christi we're at 70. Right now in Kingsville we are at 73 degrees. Our wind is out of the south-southeast at 17, 18 miles per hour. And so that is warm and humid air that's moving onshore. That's helping feed thunderstorms up in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, where I believe there is a flood warning in place for some of the heavy rain up that direction. But essentially what we are watching is a cold front that's going to pass through. And what that cold front is going to do is it's not going to have a dramatic impact on our temperatures. We're going to stay in the 70s this afternoon, but what it's going to do is it's going to clear our skies out. So we're rainy with the stratus layer still in place this morning, keeping us pretty mild. And then look what happens. As the skies clear, we're going to fall into the 50s by midnight, and overnight low temperatures are going to be down in the 50s. So 52 Kingsville, 50 Corpus Christi. That's roughly 20 degrees colder tomorrow morning than we are right now. So light and variable winds will help our temperatures fall. Now it does look like there's going to be a cirrus layer. So that is the high thin cloud that will be in place. So that will help prevent us from falling maybe into the 40s like George West and Freer, but areas that see less cloud coverage will be colder into the 40s. So here's the timing of that cold front starting to approach our western counties now, but overall we're going to see it passing through Corpus Christi between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. and temperatures are going to have a bigger difference between our lows and our highs because the air is going to be drier. Now we lose that difference as we look ahead to next week. We've got the mild and muggy conditions trying to return, and you'll see that here on our muggy meter. We're humid ahead of the front, behind the front. By Friday, we've got dew points back in the 30s, which is going to be very dry for us, but the humidity does return into next week. And what that's going to do is it's going to come along with a shift back out of the south and southeast of our winds. But for now, we're going to have some northerly winds, so both Thursday and Friday, that's going to help dry conditions out. So you'll see that here, the cold front approaching 10 a.m., passing through the coastal bend with skies clearing. What we see behind the front is still a layer of clouds. Mostly this will be some thin cirrus clouds, and the dry air starts working in by Friday morning. Friday during the day, we see the dry air push our cloud coverage south, and we'll see sunshine breaking through. It'll be mostly sunny through the weekend, but look what happens Sunday. We start to see the return of our southeast wind, and then that does start to return our cloud coverage and our mugginess as we head into next week. In your 7-day forecast, we are going to see these temperatures hanging out in the 70s, but 80s are possible. So even though we see the cloud coverage returning, those 80s are going to be on the map with the warmer, humid air returning into next week. Barbie, John.